I never imagined a single morning could break my world twice, but it did. The first shatter came when I checked the numbers and realized I had just become a $100 million winner. The second came minutes later, when I rushed to my wife's office to share the news and heard the sounds that ended our marriage. I remember those first moments too clearly. How light I felt, how unreal it all seemed. I carried our little girl in my arms, her tiny hands clapping, because she thought we were celebrating some silly game. Maybe I was. Just not the game I thought I was playing. I reached my wife's office breathless from excitement, ready to tell her we had finally made it. But her secretary jumped up quickly, blocking my way with a stiff, uneasy posture. "Sir, she's in an important meeting." I just smiled. Trust me, she'll want this one. But before I could step around her, I heard it, muffled through the frosted glass but unmistakable. A woman's quiet moan. A man's voice. The sound of a desk bumping against a wall. My daughter was still in my arms. Something inside me went still and cold, like a switch had been thrown. All that joy I'd felt moments earlier drained out of me, leaving nothing behind. I wasn't a husband anymore. I was becoming something else. We married when we had nothing. We'd shared cheap food, cheap dreams, and tiny apartments. She wasn't cheap, not to me. She'd held me together when I felt like a failure. She'd told me I would succeed one day, that she believed in me more than I believed in myself. That's the thing about betrayal. Only the people who make you feel safe can truly break you. And the truth is, I'd had doubts for a long time. The late nights, the sudden secrecy, the smell of cologne that wasn't mine. I had tried to push it all away, tried to convince myself I was imagining things. I gave her trust. She gave me excuses. And the morning I won the lottery, she was the first person I wanted to surprise. I did get to see her, just not the version of her I had loved. When the noises behind the glass grew louder, her secretary looked down in shame. Not confusion, not shock, shame. That told me everything I needed to know. I walked away in silence, but that silence wasn't numbness. It was strategy. Revenge isn't firework. It's a scalpel. First, I went to a lawyer, one of those men who seems to smell blood before anyone else does. I told him I wanted everything handled quietly. He nodded like he appreciated the challenge. Then I began collecting evidence. The office cameras, the hotel receipts, the messages on her phone. I didn't confront her. I didn't break down. I simply watched every lie confirm itself. At night, she would kiss our daughter goodnight, then text him. She would tell me she was overwhelmed with work, then send him photos. Every secret sharpened my resolve. Next came the financial move. I set up a trust for our daughter, locked away 80% of the money with myself as trustee. Safe, unreachable. Then came the legal blow. I filed for full custody. The evidence made the judge's expression harden. It wasn't just infidelity, it was recklessness. And the last step was personal. I saved it for our anniversary. She dressed beautifully, smiling like she was stepping into a romantic evening. She even kissed me, and I let her for the very last time. Then I placed the divorce papers in front of her. At first she laughed, thinking it was a joke. But when she flipped through the pages and saw the photos, the recordings, the time-stamped messages, her face drained of color. "I can explain," she whispered. "You already did," I said, "just not to me." She reached for my hand. I stepped back. She reached for our daughter. I stopped her. "You don't get to hold what you threw away." That destroyed her more than anything else. I will never forget her scream the next morning when the lawyers arrived. Her lover quit his job the same week. His wife filed her own case. Their affair didn't just ruin us. It took down their entire worlds as well. A few days later, she showed up at my door crying, makeup smeared, begging for another chance. Her voice shook. She said she could be better. She said she made a mistake. I told her the truth. "No, you made a choice." And I gently closed the door. Now my home is quiet, but peacefully quiet. My daughter laughs more. And sometimes I find myself laughing with her. People ask if I regret leaving her. But you don't regret stepping out of a burning building. The money didn't change me. Her betrayal did. And if she ever wonders how her whole life collapsed so neatly around her, the answer is simple. I built the collapse myself. Step by step, silently, precisely. Revenge doesn't have to be loud. It just has to be accurate.